Curious George didn't have a tail. The Monopoly guy doesn't have a monocle. There was never a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo. But I only know what cornucopia is because of the Fruit of the Loom logo. That doesn't even make sense. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Actually, it's magic mirror on the wall. What is going on? That is called the Mandela effect, and the world actually ended in 2012, and we've slipped into another reality. So think of it like a book where one of the pages is ripped out and some of the words from that page is leaked downwards and some of it's leaked up, and our consciousness has just flown through into the other side. At least that's what they say, because of the CERN particle collider, which is this massive object that puts around a particle trying to find the Higgs boson particle, aka the God particle, and that collapsed the world or our reality, and we melted into this other weird reality that's similar but different. Like, some people think Nelson Mandela died in prison, and some people think Nelson Mandela became the president of South Africa. Those are wildly different things, but people think that. One of my friend's favorite movie as a kid was Shazam with Sinbad the comedian, and I only know him from that movie because my local video store had that movie there. That movie never existed. Whew, it's a lot. But the world didn't end. What happened was the invention of the iPhone and the modern day smartphone stealing our attention, actually rewiring our brain so we process information differently. That's why everything feels a bit hazy, a bit dull. We're becoming a little bit disassociated from reality, and it's actually breaking who we are to be human. So the mobile phone, as awesome as it is, I love it. I've got my music on it, I've got my camera on it, I listen to podcasts on it, I just scroll mindlessly, which is fun. Nobody wants to admit it's fun. I think this is the same with drug use. I think people always think, oh, drug use is so bad. I think a lot of people get serious amounts of enjoyment from it. So our brains have been altered. The way we process information has changed, and it's dulling us. Our short-term memory's gone down. People who are using ChatGPT, which again is awesome, they're dropped by 47%, their ability to become creative. I remember watching this episode of The Simpsons where the TV or the power goes out and Homer says to Bart, just use your imagination. And then he starts thinking about Itchy and Scratchy, and then it just goes, and he goes, ah, damn, TV robbed my imagination. Can you imagine what it's like now, where we've got an iPad generation of kids that know nothing else but being entertained? You go in a queue anywhere, queue in the post office, everyone's got their mobile phone. Before, people used to just stand there and be bored. Being bored is super important for human health, but we've got to kind of do it in reps and sets. So it's really difficult to put your mobile phone to one side and go, nah. So I've started sleeping with my mobile phone. It gets plugged in the living room. I go to bed with my phone. I decided to do it for an experiment for 1 week. I just do it permanently. That's a game changer, but it's not enough. What you need is this. This just goes into your brain and rewires your brain. No, it doesn't. So it comes with an app. It's called Unpluq. What it does is you choose the parameters on your phone, what you want to lock down. So if you're a Facebook junkie, lock it down. Or if you're like, hey, I use Messenger for my business and I need that, lock it down. Like, I don't text message people, so I don't need to lock that down. But I do need to lock down Instagram because I only ever use Instagram to scroll. But sometimes I want to upload a YouTube video, so I'll leave that open. But then if I start consuming too much YouTube content, I can lock that down. So you can choose different parameters within the app that you want to lock down, and you can choose what time. Let's say you got to get up in the morning, you got to get the kids ready for school, but you're finding you're scrolling your phone, and you look up and you're running late and your kids aren't dressed and you're running around. You can lock your phone from, say, 8 till 9. Not lock the whole phone. You can still answer messages. You can still make phone calls. You choose what you want is what I'm trying to get at. But if you need to access your phone in emergency, you can click it on there and that will allow your phone to unlock. So you have 5 minutes. Say you need to do a funny update, blah, 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 blah. Facebook done, Instagram done, TikTok done, whatever you need to do to reply to someone, you can just unlock it. You also have an emergency unlock in there in case of the emergency and you've locked down your entire phone. But you can choose periods of the day or whole days or different schedules. You make it to fit your life where you think you have a problem to get that down. So one of the ones I was using was 8:30. All my kind of social media apps are off. I can't scroll Facebook and see how terrible the world is, or Instagram just now that used to be fun. It's just like children dying all over the world. I don't need to see that just before I go to bed. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it just before I go to bed. So let's lock it down. Let's not go on there. Let's not watch teenagers with Maseratis and feel all jealous and get all these emotions. And I'm telling you, your brain will thank you for it. You'll just be like, there are things in the world you just don't need to see all the time. It's good to be informed, but sometimes it's good just to look around you at your family, the people in your life, the things you care about. Meow, your cat needs fed, that sort of thing. So this is Unplugged. I'll pop links for it below. You get a nice little discount code off it. It's just like a key fob to lock off your phone. It just exists on my magic keyring. That's my rolling square charger, which is super handy. So it's just my set of keys, Apple tag on there, and this. And when I need to get to my phone, if you want to put an extra barrier, hang this on your exercise bike. So you make a deal with yourself that you have to do X minutes on the bike if you want to look at your phone. You can put this upstairs. You could give this to someone else if you're a proper addict. But I like just having it on my keys, hang them up in the kitchen. My phone's locked. If I really need to get to it, it's there, and it just creates that one barrier. So friction, the more friction you can create between a bad habit, the better, and the less friction between a good habit you're trying to create, the better. So use friction as a tool. Anyway, Angus out, check out this video, and I'll see you in another one.